So EDP445 has been back in the news recently, and he has lost his damn mind. So let's get right into the story. Recently, EDP445 posted a video pretty much calling out Chris Tyson, the guy from Mr. Beast, for doing weird shit, and EDP is trying to tell people that we need to protect our kids better. Yeah, let's just take a moment to let that sink in. Now, if you don't know the whole backstory on EDP445, I mean, there's a whole bunch of lore about this guy already. I mean, he's one of the most infamous creeps on the entire internet. He used to be like this big meme guy, and then he got exposed for trying to meet up with a 13-year-old for a cupcake. This is the same guy who's calling out Chris Tyson, which is just absolutely ridiculous. And we're going to go through a couple of the video clips that EDP has made, because you know what, he has some points here and there, but to hear him say that, you know, people need to protect their children from people like Chris Tyson is just absolutely ridiculous. You will not believe what he says in these video clips. So let's play the first clip.
Holy shit, man. So my motherfucking main nigga, Chris Tyson, supports child porn. He's into that freak ass shit. We gotta protect our youth. We gotta protect our kids and our goddaughters and our nephews and our nieces and our cousins from weird ass freak motherfuckers like this, you feel me?
But yeah, in this first clip, he pretty much just talks about how he doesn't like, you know, the influence that Chris Tyson has. If you don't know who Chris Tyson is, he's one of the big Mr. Beast guys. And Chris Tyson has been transitioning, you know, to female or whatever, you know, doing the whole trans thing. And you know what? Honestly, there's a lot of bad things that came out about Chris Tyson that I completely agree with criticizing him for. I mean, yeah, they've put him on for some not just offensive jokes, you know, through his Twitter past like all these other celebrities, but there were some really concerning things, you know, like he even mentions later in the video some lolly shit, which is honestly really creepy from Chris Tyson. You know what, that's not even like an edgy meme, that's just creepy. So yeah, I'm completely okay with people criticizing Chris Tyson for this, but to hear EDP criticize anyone, especially Chris Tyson, for doing weird shit with kids is just, honestly, it's like, it's so tone deaf, it's so inconceivable. I cannot believe this guy is making a comeback. Only 18% of the people watching this video right now are actually subscribed to the channel. Don't be part of the 81%. Subscribe to the channel, you have nothing to lose. And if you don't know how he's making a comeback, he pretty much has his website. I don't know if he still has his TikTok, but for a while there on his TikTok, he had like 1 million followers, which is just absolutely ridiculous, especially because he was literally banned from almost every platform after he tried to meet up with that 13-year-old. But yeah, he has his own website where, you know, people literally donate to him through the website, but also through his live streams to help support his content, which is just, honestly, I can't believe it. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not a quote-unquote cancel culture kind of guy, but this is not cancel culture, you know what I mean? When I think of cancel culture, I definitely think of like canceling someone over a mean tweet or something like that, or like a past mistake, but that is not what EDP445 did. EDP445 tried to meet up with a 13-year-old, and he was promptly punished for it. Can we all just agree that no one should be supporting this guy? And what he tried to do, I know he says he just tried to meet up with the 13-year-old so he could get a quote-unquote cupcake, you know, the famous cupcake incident, but can we all just agree that's obviously not what was going to happen if he didn't get exposed for that? I mean, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if EDP has actually done this stuff successfully and gotten away with it in the past, which honestly just bothers the fuck out of me, especially when he's getting so much support, definitely on TikTok, where there's, you know, predominantly kid audience, which is just creepy, you know, to think that EDP might have any influence over them through his website or TikTok just bothers the shit out of me. And don't get me wrong, this video gets much worse, so let's cover the next part.
On the kids, on our youth, that's where I got a big fucking problem, you know what I mean? And so Chris Tyson, he hangs out with Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast is one of the most popular YouTubers out there with over 150 million goddamn subscribers. Holy fucking shit. Chris Tyson and Mr. Beast, they took a picture. I believe it's the Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards or some bullshit like that. Chris Tyson, he was seen kissing his son on the lips. Where I'm getting the whole child porn shit at is Chris Tyson is friends with somebody named, I think his name is Chadman, whatever the fuck his name is. And Chris Tyson and Shadman, excuse me, they're into lolicon.
In this future part, he goes on again and says, you know, he's against this lolly stuff, and I completely agree with that. You know, he should be okay to criticize Chris Tyson for, you know, posting some of that lolly crap. I mean, that is really weird. You gotta hand it to him. And honestly, that was one of the main reasons it seems like Chris Tyson has actually stepped away from the Mr. Beast thing, or at least he said he might be through a Snapchat. You know, he might be taking a little break from the videos because he was getting exposed for this kind of crap.
And if you guys don't know what lolicon is basically my nigga, the way I'm gonna describe it, lolicon is basically Japanese manga that is little kids getting fucked and getting sexually abused and sexually fucking molested by by their older parents through anime Japanese manga and the fucking weird ass, freak ass emo comic book type shits. You know what I mean?
So, you know what? I think that's a more than fair criticism. However, the person who's criticizing Chris Tyson for posting, as far as I know, like kind of jokey Chad Base or whatever the hell the guy's name is. Like, don't get me wrong, this shit's still creepy, but as far as I know, that guy's kind of more like satire. At least I hope that's what it is. But he's calling him out for posting, you know, crap about liking kids, and it's like, this is EDP, guys. He's been caught multiple times. The worst part about this is to rethink about EDP and notice that not only are people still supporting him, but EDP has just gone full off the rails. I mean, let's be honest, guys, he's completely delusional about what he did. He hasn't even acknowledged it, pretty much, and there's been no semblance of an apology or like, hey, I'm trying to do better. Like, don't get me wrong, I still probably wouldn't forgive him. I mean, this is one of the things I'd probably consider unforgivable. But if EDP was, you know, started coming out and being like, hey, I know that cupcake incident was like horrific, and, you know, I'm getting help through psychiatrist or fucking, I don't know, therapy or something, at least he would be on a bit more of a moral grandstanding to criticize Chris Tyson for doing weird shit. But let's not forget that he hasn't even apologized for trying to meet up with a 13-year-old, and he is criticizing Chris Tyson, which is just absolutely ridiculous. And don't get me wrong, like I said in the beginning, I definitely think it's okay to criticize Chris Tyson. I mean, once again, he's done some weird crap, especially over the last couple weeks that's been coming out, and I'm okay with you criticizing him, but I'm not okay with EDP criticizing him, especially when we all know the things EDP did. I mean, honestly, he's most famous right now, not for any of his old memes or any meme in particular. He's most famous for the cupcake incident, and I have no idea how he wants to stand on this moral grandstanding against Chris Tyson. I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't like what Chris Tyson has done, and there's been some very questionable things that Chris Tyson has posted, but let's just be completely honest here. Like, let's keep it 100%. Chris Tyson is nowhere near close to EDP and hurting kids. I mean, that's just the full-blown truth on it, and I think it's something we're all going to have to accept. But that's just my thoughts on the situation. You can let me know your thoughts down in the comments. The other day we made a video about how people are mad at Dream for selling a $50 plushie. I mean, Twitter was absolutely flooring this guy and roasting the shit out of him. It's honestly a pretty funny video. This is a video you're not going to want to miss. Click here to watch it now.